When a meaningful relationship ends, the experience can feel like a sudden, life-altering rupture. For a woman who realizes she has lost someone she deeply valued, whether a romantic partner, a close friend, or a confidant, this awareness can strike like a thunderclap. But Stoic philosophy, developed by thinkers such as Zeno of Citium, Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, offers a radically different way to understand the emotions that follow. Stoicism teaches that events themselves are not inherently painful or pleasant. What causes suffering is our judgment of those events. So when we ask, what does a woman feel when she realizes she has lost you, we are really exploring a universal human question. What does any person feel when confronted with the loss of someone they love, and how can wisdom transform that feeling? 1. The first wave, shock and disbelief. Loss begins with an impression, what the Stoics called phantasia, the initial mental image of an event. For a woman who suddenly recognizes that a relationship is truly over, the first wave is often disbelief. A jolt of reality, this can't be happening. Instinctive resistance, a reflex to deny or bargain. Momentary numbness, the mind struggles to absorb the change. Marcus Aurelius wrote, objective judgment, now, at this very moment. Unselfish action, now, at this very moment. Willing acceptance, now, at this very moment, of all external events. The Stoic lesson, the initial jolt is natural and involuntary. But the choice to label the event as catastrophe or unbearable is within our control. 2. The deep ache of grief. Grief is not a sign of weakness, it is evidence of love. The woman may feel longing for the warmth of shared routines. Sadness that memories will no longer be made together. Physical heaviness, Stoics understood that emotions affect the body. Epictetus advised that when you embrace someone you love, remember they are mortal and on loan from the universe. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, premeditation of loss, does not diminish affection, it deepens appreciation. Still, if she never prepared for impermanence, the absence can feel like an unbearable void. 3. Regret, lessons or chains. After the initial grief, regret often appears. If only I had spoken differently. If only I had been more patient. Regret can become a valuable teacher when it encourages virtue, wisdom, justice, courage, temperance. But when it spirals into self-punishment for events that can no longer be changed, it becomes what Seneca called useless suffering. A Stoic approach encourages asking, what action is within my control now? How can I cultivate virtue from this experience? The past is not ours to edit, the present choice always is. 4. The fire of anger and blame. Anger is often a mask for pain. A woman might feel betrayed or wronged, blaming you, herself, or fate. Yet Stoicism teaches that anger is a kind of temporary madness, born of the illusion that the world owes us our desires. Marcus Aurelius observed that people act from their own understanding of good and evil. Recognizing this does not excuse harmful actions, but it reminds us that anger punishes the one who holds it far more than the one at whom it is directed. The Stoic move is to transform anger into rational acceptance and to focus on living with integrity. 5. The quiet revelation of impermanence. Sooner or later, a deeper realization dawns, everything changes. Friendships evolve. Bodies age. Circumstances shift. This is the Stoic truth of impermanence, mirrored in their practice of memento mori, remembering mortality. A woman who once believed the relationship permanent may now see life's fragility with new clarity. Rather than despair, this can inspire gratitude. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. She may begin to see that the ending, painful as it is, belongs to the natural rhythm of the cosmos. 6. Reframing the story. The Stoics taught practical methods to turn turbulent emotions into calm understanding. The dichotomy of control. She can remind herself. Outside her control, your decisions, the passage of time, the fact of the breakup. Within her control, her own thoughts, responses, and choices. B. View from above. Visualizing the earth from high above, she might see her heartbreak as a small, though meaningful, part of a vast, ever-changing universe. C. Premeditatio malorum. By reflecting on potential losses in advance, she trains her mind to accept life's volatility, reducing the sting of surprises. Through these exercises, the story changes from "my life is ruined" to "this is a natural transition, I can meet it with reason and courage." 7. Virtue as the only true good. Central to Stoicism is the conviction that virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, temperance, is the only real good. Relationships, wealth, status, and health are indifferents, desirable but not determinants of moral worth. For the woman confronting loss, this insight is liberating. Her dignity and capacity for a fulfilling life are untouched by external changes. She remains capable of justice and kindness, of rational thought and self-command, qualities that no breakup can erase. 8. The Stoic view of love. Stoicism does not reject love. It encourages deep affection, friendship, and community. But it insists on loving without clinging. Epictetus advised, "When you kiss your child, say to yourself, 'It may not be here tomorrow.' And so you will not be disturbed if it is taken from you." Applied to romantic love, this means cherishing each moment while accepting its impermanence. For a woman who has lost you, this realization may slowly transform sorrow into gratitude for what was shared, free from the illusion of ownership. 9. Steps toward inner freedom, apatheia. The Stoic goal is apatheia, not coldness but freedom from destructive passion. Practical ways she might move toward this. Journaling daily to examine judgments and identify thoughts that inflame pain. Meditating on cosmic perspective, remembering that change is the law of the universe. Practicing virtues each day, focusing on what she can give to the world now. Through steady practice, she may discover a calm strength that no external loss can disturb. 10. Transformation, from loss to growth. Over time, the initial storm of emotions can become a source of profound growth. Wisdom, seeing clearly what is in her control. Resilience, realizing she can endure what she once thought impossible. Compassion, understanding that everyone faces loss, which can deepen empathy for others. Seneca wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity. For he is not permitted to prove himself." Likewise, the woman who walks through the valley of loss with reason and virtue may emerge stronger and more centered than before. 11. A universal human experience. Though this reflection speaks of a woman, Stoic philosophy reminds us that the core experience of loss transcends gender. Everyone who loves must eventually face change. Everyone must decide whether to resist reality or to meet it with wisdom. Your departure is simply the particular form her lesson has taken. The deeper story is about the universal truth that nothing external can guarantee or destroy inner freedom. Conclusion: peace beyond possession. When a woman realizes she has lost you, the emotional journey can move from shock and grief to regret, anger, and ultimately to the quiet clarity of acceptance. Stoicism does not trivialize these feelings.